Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
Is there anything from the public that is not in the agenda? Public comment? Are you just here for the fun, Guy, or do you have an issue? You have an issue? Is that a yes?
Just for the fun.
Just for fun. Oh, great. Great.
Could
We
be
like
better.
that. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the September 28, 2020 meeting.
I'll second that.
So moved.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Oh, okay. Okay, any additions or corrections?
I do have one thing. I had sort of misread it the first time I read through, but in the paragraph 6 on the sewer fee appeal, it's there's a statement that says that the village practice is to charge a minimum fee for every residence, whether or not occupied and whether or not connected. But then it goes on to explain that a connected property is one that's got a line running to it, whether or not it's hooked up to the indoor plumbing. So I think that's it's confusing. We don't charge a minimum fee if the property is not connected, but we do charge if it is connected by that definition. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I would suggest that we change the wording of, I think it's the third sentence, to say that the village practice is to charge a minimum fee for every residence, whether or not occupied, if it is connected to the sewer.
Okay.
We don't charge a minimum fee if a property is not connected to the sewer.
Got that, Carl?
Yes, I've got that. I'm just making a note.
Okay. I entertain a motion to accept the minutes as amended,
So moved.
or accept the amendment to the minutes. I'll second that. And all in favor of accepting the amendment to the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, and all those in favor of accepting the amended minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Say aye, Carl.
I say aye, yeah.
Okay. All right. Warrants and bills, we only had the couple of bills.
Right.
I'm sure we're going to get hit with a few more next month, next time. I'll
I'll
entertain
make a motion that we approve the 3 bills as presented in the warrant, totaling $50.24.
There a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, where is Amy? She's the one who has this. So, Carl,
Yes,
village presidents on Rockingham website.
yes.
You've been working on that, right?
Well, I put together a little sample of what it might look like with some of the information we might want to put on. And I sent it to people in case I couldn't share it, which apparently I can't do.
Okay.
Apparently I can't share the screen. So it looks very much like the Bellows Falls Village Trustees website. I was proposing that we list the trustees and their contact information if nobody has an objection to that.
Is that how Bellows Falls and Rockingham are, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
They have their mailing addresses on there?
yes.
Okay, they have
That
everything.
was in the template that we were
Okay.
sent.
Okay.
And for mailing address, would you prefer that everybody list the village post office box, or would you prefer that we listed our own?
Do they have it? Is that what they do in Bellows Falls? They just have the village box?
Hang on a moment and let me take a look.
Might not be a bad idea.
Well, for Bellows Falls, 3 people have their personal addresses listed, either street or post office box, and 2 people have no address listed.
So some of them actually have their physical address.
Yeah, the street address, and Deb Wright has a post office box.
Well, it might be more professional to just have the village post office box.
Yeah, that was my original thought, but the disadvantage of that is we don't all collect the village mail. So
Well-
if something came for Ben, whoever collected the mail would have to get it to him.
Well, if we would assume that if anything came to Ben as a trustee, it's not personal, right?
Right, but if it was something that Ben needed to deal with, he
Yeah.
would come say to you, or
Yeah.
if you opened the box, and then you would have to get it to Ben, and that would put an extra step in the process of Ben getting the message.
Well, I'm also thinking about the other way, the liability or the whatever. I don't know.
I like the idea of listing the village PO box. I mean, in 13, 14 years of doing this, I can't remember anybody mailing me anything as a
Right.
trustee.
Right.
The contact always comes either by phone or more frequently by email.
Right. I agree. I like the idea for our privacy's sake to have the and to make it more professional.
Yep. So Carl, before you provide that info, could you maybe distribute to us what information you're going to provide so we make sure we've got the most appropriate phone number and email address?
Right. I can go ahead and do that. I left a lot of that blank because I didn't know if anybody would have a better format that they preferred, but I'll fill in the numbers from the annual meeting.
Yep.
And pass that around to you. And I had also thought that we might want to list some village officers other than the trustees. I thought we might want to list Guy as the moderator, and Alex as the tax collector and treasurer, and Celia as the collector of delinquent taxes. I was not proposing to put contact information for those people, but just list them.
Well, Alex has a SaxRiv. He has an email address that's specifically for that's not personal.
Oh, that's right, he does.
So I would put that because people often have questions for him.
Okay.
So you might not have to put the post office box 243 for everybody. You could put the name and the telephone number and the email.
Carl, can I suggest that you distribute what you're proposing to publish, and then we can get comments coming in after that?
Well, he
Right.
did send us something. Did you see what he sent?
I didn't.
Oh, he did send that.
Oh,
Well, but it's incomplete.
What?
okay.
It doesn't have actual phone numbers. It doesn't have the post office box,
But it gives the idea of what
but
you
it gives
want
the
to do.
idea, yeah.
Right, but I think we want to see the actual information.
Yeah.
And then I would want everybody whose name is going to be and contact information is going to be published there to be okay with it before it goes up. So Guy, since you're here, do you have any objection to being listed on the village webpage as the moderator and to having any contact information for you?
That's fine. And contact could be my
Probably
personal.
Amy.
It could be my personal email, Carl, that I think you have.
Hello?
Okay,
Really? Oh,
okay.
That's G.
it went out with the,
Yeah.
let me mute myself here. With the, there it is.
Okay, so with your personal email and then,
Yeah, it's gpainevt at Gmail.
yeah, I think that's the one I have.
That's the one you have.
Okay. Okay. There's a, so it would be so much easier if I could share this. Let me try again. No, says it's disabled. When Louise is through with her call, we'll see if she can turn that on. So there, I have those contacts listed as a column on the right-hand side, and on the left side is a body of text that talks about when the trustees meet, where the meetings are posted, how you can get onto the mailing list. One thing that I did in writing this was to say that the meetings are warned at the official sites on the bulletin boards outside the fire station and outside the market, and that they are also posted on the website, to make a distinction as not making the website an official website, because I don't think we've decided to do that yet. Louise, are you able to unmute me to enable me to share the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
How do I just do share the screen? Or do I have to be on you or something?
Do you have, I've never been a host, so I don't know what the host settings are. Probably the same way that you would mute or unmute me, wherever that would appear.
Okay, here's Amy. She can tell us. All right. You're with us, Amy?
No.
Here she is.
Hi, Amy.
I would suggest that everyone turn your computers on 10 minutes before the meeting to make sure you can connect.
I have nothing but pathetic excuses. I apologize. And thanks,
so
Louise
Carl
and
is
Ben, for sending them.
Carl is asking to share his screen, so I just click on share screen.
Yep.
It says that I'm disabled by the host.
What do you mean
she
you're
needs to be
disabled?
able to turn me on.
So sometimes you need to make Carl the host for
Oh,
that to happen.
How do I do that?
It's probably a drop-down menu somewhere. Are you on a computer, Louise?
I'm on a laptop, yeah.
So my guess is it's at the bottom.
I don't see anything there. Reactions, record, record, share screen.
Try that
Multiple participants can share simultaneously?
perfectly.
Okay. That's clicked. Now what do I do? Sharing options?
Oh, now it looks like,
What? Who can share? Multiple participants can share simultaneously. All right.
are you seeing,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
are you seeing something from me?
Yeah, we see
Yes.
it now.
Okay, so
Oh.
this is what I had thrown together as something that we might think about for our web presence. This picture at the top, the rendition of the park is the one that had been forwarded to us that Chuck had used. And I kind of like it.
You too.
I would be happy to stick with that. But as an alternative, I saw this drone photograph that was posted on the Saxtons River page, Facebook group, which also is quite nice, which we might think we would want to use, but we would have to get the permission of Jennifer Boucher to use that.
Where would we use a photograph? Do we have?
Well, there's a photograph that just appears at the top of the page.
Mhm. Oh,
So it would just be the introduction to Saxtons River.
okay.
And then beneath that is all of the information that we might want to put up there.
Yep.
And so, Amy, well, before you came on, we were talking about the information for the trustees. And we had thought that it would be more professional to use the village post office box as the mailing address for everybody, and to put individuals' phone numbers and emails for contacts,
Sure.
if you have no objection to being included.
It looks very professional. I like it a lot.
And then for the village officers, I had thought we would list them, but Louise, I think, had suggested that for Alex, we might want to put his PO box, or we might want to put PO boxes, phone
No,
number,
not his PO box, his email and his phone
his
number.
email, sorry,
Yeah.
email for email and phone number for the village officers.
We probably want to check with him, but that sounds great to me. Very, very slick and easy for people to send him questions.
Okay.
I think our titles aren't we chair and vice chair?
You're right.
I don't want to be president. What did you propose in the insert calendar here section?
The town has a calendar that appears all sorts of places and shows the month of October and highlights days at which meetings are happening. So the 5th is highlighted for us and the 6th is highlighted for the select board.
Yep.
And I think that's not anything we would have to do. It would just show up.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't have to maintain that.
No, we wouldn't have to maintain that at all.
Okay.
We would just ask them to insert their calendar there, and then they automatically put things in.
So there are links where you have highlighted. That means that if you click on that link, you go to our agenda?
Yeah, well, if you click on this link, you go to the minutes and agendas page of the
Right,
town website, and then you have to scroll down to
right,
find our information.
right.
I haven't been able to figure out a way where you can jump directly to the Saxtons River section.
Okay.
Um,
Would this all be on one page? What you're showing?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it would be.
And is there, where would there be a place from which it's linked? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so this is, if you look at the, if you just go to the home page for the town website,
Yeah,
they would add Village of Saxtons River in the title. They would add our logo, which we don't have yet. And then under the boards and committees, like Bellows Falls Village Trustees, there would be a Saxtons River Village Trustees link.
okay, okay,
And then that would take us to whatever we have,
okay.
like this. So let's see. So there's some verbiage about where we meet and where the warnings are posted. And as I said, I distinguished the official postings as being on the bulletin boards from the website as being an official warning. And I don't know if we want to continue making that distinction or not. But since we have been so far, I made it here.
That, I think that takes care of our concern. Yeah.
Is the community center the fire station?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the community center and fire station.
It's the community, I would say community building / fire station.
Slash helps me. I thought from reading that we must have a community center that I didn't know.
Okay,
Yeah, you missed it.
Small town, but you know.
okay, community building / fire station.
You got an extra, after needed, you got an extra something there. Comma.
Got an extra, well, I'm a lousy typist, what can I say?
And you know, Carl, they no longer have 2 spaces between sentences.
Yeah, but I'm old school. I still do.
So it doesn't have to come up now, but I've been wondering if, given COVID regulations, whether we need to continue having a presence at the fire station. We don't need to under the law, correct?
No, we don't.
And it seems like it's continually an issue trying to get someone there.
Well, it's not that it's an issue, but this is what what he has written is what it generally is. But in the time of COVID, of course, things are different. So I don't think we need to spell that out as.
I think it's generally speaking a good idea for there to be somebody at the fire station, because there are people who don't have access to Zoom.
Yeah.
They don't have a computer. They don't have a cell phone. I admit there aren't very many people like that, but I think they exist. And I think having somebody physically at the fire station is a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ben has been doing it most of the time. And Ben, I can be there if you can't, if I know ahead of time, to feed my horses early and get down there in time to hook up.
I could take a turn too.
So I think it's a good idea to do that, for somebody to be there.
Okay.
I agree that it's probably not, I don't think we're not required to do it, but I think, again, in the interest of being public and open and making us available for everybody, it's a good idea. What do the rest of you think?
Yeah, you said that meetings can be attended virtually, that
Yeah.
people don't have to, it doesn't say anything about if you want to attend in person, but you think it should?
Well, I think that's sort of implied because it says that we meet at the community
Okay.
building.
And if people have a question, they can always let us know.
Yeah,
All right. Okay, looks good.
I can clarify that.
Any other comments, Ben? Guy?
No, do you understand that Carl's going to distribute this once he fills in the details, and then we'll
Yeah, I'll fill that.
adopt it after that.
And then we can all look at it and comment back on it and decide what to do with it from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I have some more questions there as to what other procedures or policies we might want to link to. That's something that we should discuss.
Once the bylaws are polished up a little, it seems to me it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a link for them there. I would suggest that at a minimum, they be retyped. I'm working my way through them. And they're fine as far as I've made it. I don't think there's anything that needs to be revised, but they're not in a PDF. They're in a sort of old typewritten document that Louise sent to me as a photo. So I mean, it seems to me that would be appropriate so people know how we are appointed, elected. I mean, most of the bylaws are the mundane stuff about what we have the power to do and how our organization is created.
Yes, it would be good to let people see those because they do say when the village meeting is.
Mm-hmm. And it would be good to have, I mean, I don't know of other policies and procedures, but we are working on that procedure around procurement.
But
We'd to have that listed.
No, that wouldn't be, that'd be too much, I think.
I don't know. I don't think it's, I think if we have a policy, we should either list them all or not list any of them.
Mm-hmm. I like looking at the ones for the village trustees. I mean, I was surprised to find how many policies and procedures there are. And it's just illustrative of the kind of work we do. And if a question comes up, there's a place to send people.
Yeah.
It would be also good to have a link to the annual report.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea.
So how many pages can we have?
Well,
this is one, and you're talking about another couple.
So all of the documents, it turns out, are not actually on the Rockingham site. I looked at, I made this comment that Bellows Falls and Rockingham, the links to their documents, like their policies and procedures, are housed at mostly at box.com and some Squarespace.
Huh.
And it turns out that that's where our agendas and minutes are as well.
Oh.
I didn't realize that, but none of them are actually on the town bandwidth. And these are, as I understand them, I've never dealt with either of them, but they're like Dropbox.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a place where you can park a document and link to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it should probably be pretty easy to set up an account, say at box.com for the village. And I can investigate what that entails if you'd like. And then we would just, whoever uploads the documents would just upload upload them there and then put a hyperlink, name the document here on this page and put a hyperlink to it.
Mhm.
And
I bet Leah Clark could give us a lesson on that.
Yeah, I would guess that this is all going to have to be, this page is going to have to be done in an HTML template.
Mhm.
And I didn't do it that way because I don't have an editor anymore.
Sure.
I gave up doing that when I stopped teaching. And I would expect that Leah would want us to use hers, and that what I would probably do would just be send her the information, something like this that we would like, and she'll enter it, at least to start out with, and get it looking the way she likes it, and then we'll take it over from there. Now, Chuck has said that he will authorize, I don't know how many of us, at least one of us, to make changes and to put up documents and so forth. And I know, Amy, you'd volunteered to do that, and I'd
Sure.
volunteered to do that. I think it makes sense for me to upload the agendas and the minutes since I'm already handling those. I have no great desire to upload everything if you want to play with it too.
Okay. I just think it's good with something like this to have a little redundancy.
I
You know,
think it's probably a good idea for two of us too. So do you want to talk to Chuck about that, or shall I? Or email
I
him?
can.
Okay.
Do you want to? You're the, I mean, I know have been working with him. If you'd prefer to, that's fine too.
Okay. Well, I was going to email him anyway to update him on where we were on this page and the logo and so forth. So I'll just mention that to him, that if you and I can both be able to do that, and we'll split the duties, or if one of us is indisposed, the other one can.
Do you want to open the topic of an account at box.com or Squarespace when you write to him as well?
Yeah, I think he might just refer me to Leah for that. But,
Sure.
Yeah, I can.
So Amy, what do you have for us? Do you want me to, can you share a screen in the same way?
Yep. I assume I can.
You should be able to. If we're done with this,
I think so.
okay. So
Thank you.
I'll get stuff together and I'll send it around to everybody tomorrow probably.
How do we get rid of your screen? Oh,
There,
like that.
I do it.
Oh, so Amy, you can do your screen now?
Can you see it?
Oh, has started. Yeah.
So it's been too long since I've used PowerPoint. I don't remember how to go through the let's see,
Is that on the left?
slideshow. So here are the basic logos. The one on the left is Rockingham's, the old
We-
meeting house, and
We
the
don't
one on.
see it. We don't.
Oh, you
see
don't
It.
see it.
Well, if we
Yes, you
saw
are.
it, you have to move over somehow.
I see it.
I only see the town of Rockingham Village of Bells Falls. Keyboard screen. Oh, there it is. Okay.
No, now I see.
Now I see number one.
now I
Yeah, so
see
these are Louise's
Yeah.
that she gave to us.
Okay.
I'm just going to whip through them.
Okay.
And then I found some of the t-shirts, except for that one's not very useful. So I think from the first two logos, you can see that we have the choice of a very basic black and white logo, or we could go with something a little more dramatic. And I think I could only go back to a certain point. I love this one, but I don't know that it really represents Bellows Falls, the Mary Lou Masuko shirt of the parade.
Taxes are.
This one I adore, the Celebrate, the t-shirt of 2013.
Yeah.
which has a tree and the Historical Society and a firework. And here's the inn for 2011, and an odd one from Connor McCardle, Freedom, not particularly useful. And then I put in the quilt, because if you wanted to look at a lot of those, of course, all those t-shirts are there. And I think the last one I got was 2008, which is, oops, It's Easy Being Green. I also looked at other logos locally, and here's the Rockingham Library, which is very basic. It's just the name and then this little icon of a book. And I think that is all. Oh, Our Place. Yeah, I guess I found a couple others. So Our Place is purple. Again, it's just the name and a little tag underneath it, social service, with kind of an imaginative plate made out of the building. And that's it. So I don't know what your pleasure is. I mean, it seems to me the webpage should go up now and we can continue discussing the logo. But that's one person's thought.
Oh, the Bellows Falls and Rockingham, are they black and white?
Bellows Falls is in color.
Oh,
The village is in color. Do you want me to go back to that?
yeah. What do those look like?
In a minute. Let's see if I can do this. So does that make it bigger for you?
I don't see
I
anything.
don't see you at all.
Okay, let's,
You're not sharing it, I guess.
Okay, now you start.
now. So there is the belt. That's the one for the whole town, Rockingham.
Right.
And here's the village,
Oh, yeah.
Historic River Village.
Hmm.
Very iconic.
Mhm.
And it does occur to me, I mean, we're Saxtons River. If anybody ought to have river in their logo, maybe it should be us.
We're a historic village, River Village too.
Yeah. So I think it's going to take a little time to figure this out.
Does anyone have any strong preferences? What about you, Guy? You have any opinion as a resident of the village?
Not yet. It took me a while to realize what, in fact, Amy was doing. So I gather we're searching for a logo.
Right.
Well, we're looking at some things that are already extant.
Yeah.
So Louise had a number based on the Historical Society. I can bring that one up again. Based on the Historical Society. That must be an early engraving or a recent
No,
engraving.
it's actually done by Mel DeLong
Of course it is.
for the Historical
wow.
Society.
Yeah.
Louise, is that the logo that you've always put on the letterhead that you've used for the village?
I don't think I ever put one on the.
I don't, none of the letterheads that I have a logo on,
No.
just a header.
So Guy, just so you know, the other thing we had thought about was taking a portion of a shirt
Yeah.
and using that. So, and I love the color and the, I mean, there's some great local art in those t-shirts. So that also was kind of an intriguing idea.
Okay. All right.
I
Here's
think
the most
that
recent one.
Who said that? Who said I think?
I think that those T-shirt logos feature 4th of July pretty prominently.
Well,
They do.
that would
Not
that
sure.
would have to be eliminated.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we eliminated 4th of July or the year,
Yeah.
how much would be left
Yeah. Right.
for some of those?
So what about this
Great.
one though?
This one's
That one would work nicely. You
That
could
one
clip
would
that.
work. Yeah.
You could clip the top and the bottom off of that and
And that
pretty well.
implies about the 4th of July, right?
Yep. Yep. I don't know who did this shirt. Some of these are all taken from the Facebook page.
I might
And
be
s-
able to tell you if I look in my records.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it is 2013. So
Yeah. Yeah. I have a list of who, most of the artists.
And you have older ones also, Louise, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we can eliminate some, but then we'll narrow it down. This is pretty striking. I like the idea of having the incorporation date.
Mhm.
Anybody else have any comments? Okay, anything else on this subject?
Amy, could you send that PowerPoint around so we can take a look at
Sure.
it?
Easy. Nothing could be easier.
Okay.
If you
If
could
there's
include
nothing-
me too, Amy, that'd be
Sure.
fine.
Thank you. Committee reports, wastewater treatment plant, there's no there's no report on that? I
Well,
assume-
I've got a small report on the procurement procedure.
Oh, good, okay.
Oh, that's right.
I sent out to Alex and to the auditor for comment. I got a comment today from the auditor. I've not heard back from Alex, so my thought was maybe to, we can move ahead at this point and adopt it and just incorporate the comment that the auditor made, or we could wait for Alex to weigh in.
The auditor commented, this is Josh's comment, that we should have the actual form included. Is that what he said?
What he said was that we could expand the form to include the step-by-step procedural instructions as part of the form. So
Mhm.
I have no problem with that.
Amy, can you get your screen off of there somehow?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
Okay,
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, do we have to do anything formal, or we just already did approve the procurement policy?
Yeah, I guess my only question is whether I was hoping to hear back from Alex, because he's the one that initially put together the information that I built off of. So if you think it's okay, I'd rather maybe give it another couple weeks and see if I can get feedback from him.
Okay. As long as we have time, yeah. Okay,
Well, I think we're okay, right? As long as we
Right.
have the,
as long as it's underway.
as long as we say that we're working on the policy,
Mhm,
right?
mhm. I guess Matt doesn't have a report this week, and we're hoping in 2 weeks he will have a report about the fire station building. Is there anything else? Any other business? No? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Wow.
Just to recap for a minute, should I email Alex to ask if he is okay with having his phone and email
Well,
listed?
you can ask him about the phone, but the email is a village email, so
Mhm.
he doesn't
Well,
have to.
just to point out that we're putting up this page
Yeah.
and let him
Yeah.
know that his contact information will be much more
Yeah.
available.
You could send him the whole thing. What you
Okay.
sent us.
Well, I can just include him
Okay, great.
when I distributed it all. And you too, Guy, and so you can see it.
Guy, do you have any words of wisdom from school?
No, I just appreciate you, even after the public comment, reaching out to me and saying, "Guy, do you have any comments?" And I was just very surprised by that. So
Really?
I'll be ready for it in the future.
Well, there is number 2 on the
No,
agenda.
no guarantee of wisdom.
Public comment period is number 2 on the agenda.
Yep.
Every week. All right, we'll be meeting in 2 weeks. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you all.